Welcome to the channel. My name is Matthias. Today we're going to talk about Kieron Gillen's run on Eternals, the first 5 issues of this series. Sorry, I actually made a mistake. It's the first 6 issues of this really awesome run. And this is pretty fascinating because all the Eternals runs that started in the 2000s and 2010s, they're always really good. And for some reason, people just don't pick them up. We also have fantastic art by Esad Ribic. I probably butchered that name, but the thing is, did a killer job. So prior to the beginning of this run, we had Jason Aaron sort of retcon the whole existence of the Eternals in the first place. That was in the beginning of his Avengers run. And the thing is, this pretty much broke Eternal Society. It's not clear if they commit mass suicide or they just kill each other off. All we know that at the beginning of the series, we get this massive restart for all of Eternal Society. One interesting thing when you read this series is that you have a lot of data pages. There's a lot of Hickmanisms in this run. But I guess the main idea that the writer's going for is to show how complex Eternal Society is. There are many competing factions. Another really interesting thing that Gillen does, he adds a lot of connective tissue between other Eternals runs. And he addresses Jason Aaron's retcon as quickly as possible. He just wants to move away from that. So at the beginning of this run, we have Icarus. He's brought back from the dead. And his first mission is to actually bring back into the fold Sprite. So way back in the day, during the Neil Gaiman run, Sprite was the main villain. He almost destroyed all of Eternal Society. Zurus killed him. And it's very heartbreaking, that moment. That was a fantastic run. The thing is, his essence went to this place called the Exclusion. So it seems that he has done his time, and now Icarus has received the order that he has to usher Sprite back into the Eternal Society. Then both characters go on a mission to take down this rogue deviant that's roaming around New York City. When they return, they discover that someone has killed Zurus. So to add on top of this, the Eternals resurrection machine also has been destroyed. No one can come back from the dead. It actually doesn't take Icarus too long to find out who's the one doing the killing. He discovers that Thanos is. He would be like this long distant cousin because a group of Eternals had went to the moon of Titan, and one of the founders of Titan Society was Mentor, who was Thanos' father. But that doesn't matter. We get this really awesome battle between Thanos and Icarus. And actually what happens is, even though Icarus is crazy powerful, he has to make a run for it. He knows he doesn't stand a chance against Thanos. Then after this, Icarus and company actually go pay a visit to Druig because they think maybe Druig is the one holding Thanos' leash. When they arrive to Druig's base of operations, everyone there has been massacred. And what we discover as the story progresses is that Thanos is just picking off one by one anyone that can bring back online the Eternal Resurrection Machine. Also, this whole situation caused by Thanos has caused a great deal of friction amongst the different Eternal communities. We have the Olympian Eternals, which would be Icarus and his friends going up against Gilgamesh and his faction. Also, as the story progresses, we have more and more natural disasters all across the globe. And what we learn is that the Eternals resurrection machine is actually tied to what they call the machine, which is Earth itself. Earth has its own operating system that's tied to everything related to the Eternals. It seems to have its own personality and is actually the one telling the story itself, the narrator. So the Eternals have to fix this problem as quickly as possible, deal with Thanos, and find out who's holding Thanos' leash. So this is a really good story. Don't let me spoil it for you guys. So spoiler warnings, just in case. So the big reveal that we get is that the one behind all this chaos is actually Phastos, one of the good Eternals. He was one of the first Eternals to come back to life after the mass death. And he actually discovers that every time an Eternal comes back to life, one human must die. So mortified by this whole situation, Phastos is able to find Thanos. He was lost in the time stream. He captures him and enslaves him. And he sent him after any Eternal that would have the knowledge of how to fix the resurrection machine if it was broken. And now we have Phastos realize that he has to put the machine back online. If not, all life on Earth will die. So I'm leaving this video here. I left a ton of nice details out of this video. So if you choose to read this, you're going to have a blast with it.